What is going on, true believers? I hope you're having a great Monday so far. If you got into the crypto market last night and rode that $50 billion surge up, then you had a good night. But if you didn't sell off because the U.S. market, takers that they are here to suck the liquidity back out, then you had a good evening. But good morning. We're actually down on the day after having an incredible rally over the last 24 hours. We were actually down on the day. Now, this could be just a breather before Bitcoin goes back and tests 64,500 over the next couple of hours. The U.S. market, of course, takers that they are doing their part right now to secure your liquidity because they needs it, dog. But around 12:30 today, we should be seeing probably a reversal. Might even start to see a nice level of accumulation. Why is that? Well, because on Friday, $73 million in inflows hit the Bitcoin ETFs, and that made it a whole lot happier for these investors because it was the largest inflow in several weeks. Now, we've had positive inflows coming in day after day after day after 7 straight days of outflows. Now, remember, we had 19 days of inflows, 7 days of outflows, and now we've got, I want to say, 4 days of inflows, one after the other over the last couple of days. And it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 days of inflows. And those are the kind of numbers that you're looking for. Those are the kind of things that you want to see, the market switching back over. Now, what happened? Well, it was the end of last month. And at the end of last month, you had a lot of people doing their sell-off for their quarterlies. So once that was done, the market simply magically reversed itself. Also, 2 Solana spot coin Bitcoin Solana spot ETFs have been filed. Ethereum ETF has been approved for spot trading. There's a lot going on. JPMorgan just said that they think that the Bitcoin price could go way down because of Mt. Gox. So guess what? Price about to go up. Bitcoin ATMs are on the rise. If you follow Ben Armstrong for any length of time, then you know that Ben's face is all over Bitcoin ATMs, and you might be wondering what is going on. Well, they now have over 38,000 machines worldwide. Bitcoin ATMs are starting to appear everywhere. Also, Sony is launching a cryptocurrency exchange in Japan. And a big whale at XRP just started moving a bunch of tokens around. So we don't know what's happening over there, but me so scared. Also, I have a new shirt, but I can't show you yet. Do you know why? Because it's too awesome. You'll see. You'll see. It's not in the ad yet, but you'll see. It's not financial advice, but I'm always right.
I can read a chart like a Superman, and I've got a show that has a lot of fans. I'm streaming every day and almost every night. I bought some Bitcoin because I see the light. You might wonder who I am, but don't forget that I'm the man they call me. Please, I'll do any chart you want me to. They call me please, I'll break the crypto wallet down for you, for you, for you. I built a crypto channel streaming live at night, and I'm the only YouTube streamer who's always right. Every morning I go live and say to all you guys, don't fall for all these motherfuckers and their lies. You might wonder who I am, but don't forget that I'm the man they call me. Please, I'll do any chart you want me to. They call me please, I'll break your crypto wallet down for you, for you, for you. I don't know what to do because my memberships are missing you.
What's going on, everybody? Got a new t-shirt design. I wanted to show it to you today. Don't stop believing. What are you waiting for? Go to the store, order a shirt. Now back to the show. All right, guys. So before we get started, I'm going to show you my newest shirt. It's going to be funny. It's going to be funny. You're going to laugh. If you don't laugh, it's probably because you're gay. You know what I mean? If you don't find it funny, it's probably because whatever. Anyway, so Here's the shirt. Just figured that having a little fun with it, something to believe in, and it's got my face with a Celtic cross. And if you're wondering why the Celtic cross, it's because I've always worn a Celtic cross. So I thought this one would be a fun one. So what does it look like on your fat ass? Would look something like that. So not bad, right? I mean, you know, certainly nice, right? If you got titties, it looks like this. So there you go. Even if you're a dude with titties, it still looks like that. So you know what I mean? You should probably go check one out as soon as they're available. Not available yet. Still reworking the design, just a tiny bit. I'm just giving you guys kind of an inkling of what it is. Why am I doing that? Why? Because good morning. Because if you good morning, good morning. If you don't good morning to you anyway, because you're not the boss of me. Andy KC, good morning. Fun Family, good morning. Real Life Miracle, good morning. Neko Army in the house. Neko having a nice little surge last night. Hammerside, George Lopez Garcia, Crypto Sparky, good morning. Masonic Mike, top of the morning. Kathleen Blaze, good morning. Jay Manuel, good morning. VK Abimbola Jamit, Jason Pollins, good morning. Gregory Ward, good morning. Justin W in the house. Vader Prime. Oh my God, just snaked you here. Yes, sir, is here. Poe is in the house. Willard Morris, Lucky Jay-Z volting it up in the house. The Leeson is in the house. Good morning. Morning here from Bombo on Solana. Don't know anything about it. Haven't heard anything about it. Tony P, good morning. Shh, I don't think you're supposed to say that. Also, bless you, my son. So anyway, let's break a few things down, and we're gonna actually start. We're gonna go a little bit backwards today because some wildness just kind of came up, and a lot of you guys follow me because of it. So let's not skip it. So this is from Ben Armstrong. This is he's done a frequently asked question thing for the community, and then Ben Armstrong's response. These are questions that were taken from the community. First question is, what is your plan for Ben holders on the bull run? How investors will catch an eye of Ben coin while the bull market is starting? Because we can wait till the end of the bull run for the new chain, but we need to be on the train in the bull market. And that's somebody who, of course, want their bags pumped so that they can sell. That's kind of how that works. And if anybody says, I'm offended that you would even say that, okay, that you don't need price action, right? So Ben says this: we aren't trying to catch the eyes of investors. We have a list of potential investors already. If we fix things and get the project going in the right direction, then we already know most likely who they will be. But I want to reiterate, we are not going to artificially pump the price just because it's a bull run. We are more focused on getting the new plan out, looking for opportunities to get airdrops to our holders, and then progressing through the plan. However, if the price of ETH increases, anything with an ETH LP should go naturally up along with Ethereum. And of course, if my channel goes viral at some point, surely we will see some upward action. I just want to make sure that this paragraph is understood by everyone. We are done applying band-aids to a severed artery. It hasn't worked, and it hasn't proven it doesn't work. We get a tiny pump, then it's back to the basement. We must fix this or we die. So that is what we were focused on. Trust me, I don't want a black mark on my record like this. Hussein was also going to help Celsius holders with some documents for court, but it sort of fell through, and his own coin was offering 300% APY, which doesn't seem realistic, and fell a lot. Not to say his outsourced devs are not good, but there is a huge stigma around New Genesis. Would be great if you could clear up the rumors his brother is saying on X. It screams of Wolfie Dub X all over again. Could be good content as well if you put rumors to rest and done an interview with him. And he says, I don't know what was happening with the Celsius thing. You know what? I'm going to let you guys read this. There's a lot to it. These are long paragraphs full of data and information. So, you know, I would go back and read through this. It's posted in the Telegram if you guys are so inclined and interested. And a lot of the conversation is, you know, about what Ben's idea is for right now is partnering with other tokens. And I mean, basically it looked like just kind of selling off those tokens so that people are made, you know, as whole as possible. So, you know, and then there was an article about why don't you do burns and stuff like that. And look, there's a lot going on here in the background. So the summary of everything that Ben's talking about is basically that he doesn't have enough of the circulating supply in order to effectively manage the process. In order to do that, he's going to have more of the supply. In order to do that, he's going to have to take some other kind of drastic steps, which is probably going to include moving it to a different blockchain, or in fact creating Ben chain, which seems to be what he's saying without saying it. I don't know that that is or is not the case, but it certainly looks to be that way. Or BitBoy chain, I don't know what it's going to be called, but that's what it looks like when we're talking about it in that context. So because when he's saying moving to another chain is a multi-year process, no, it's not. You see what I'm saying? Like, you just do that as soon as it unlocks. Now, if you've locked it for a few years, well, then that would make sense that you would have to wait a couple of years, but I don't know that to be the case. So it just looks like they're working on something new and something new and something new. And look, if you're no longer invested in Ben, I'm not, by the way, a holder of Ben. I sold my Ben about 3 months ago at this point because it just didn't seem like the price was going up, and I'd rather have the cash on hand than just, down, 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 down. Now, do I tend to accumulate more? Yes. Now I can take the $2,000 and I can turn that into about 2.5 times the number of tokens that I had previously. So I'm comfortable with my move, and I'm also comfortable being supportive of Ben Armstrong and saying, you know what, I'm going to buy back in. You know what I mean? So I was, I just figured that that's going to be the next move. So that's what I'm doing, and that's what's going on with Ben Coin. And I was there for a long time, so if you follow me because of that, then now now you're up to date on what is going on over there. Look, the priority for Ben is his channel, whatever channel that may be. July 17 is a hearing. He'll know more about it. In the meantime, Nick Demondi exited the ship like a rat. So by the way, just in case you didn't know, Nick Demondi is no longer the head of content creation over at Nobody Will Discover Crypto at your YouTube channel. So, things are changing, things are evolving over there. The reasons to continue to do whatever stupid shit you're doing over there continue to diminish and diminish and diminish and diminish. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. I haven't watched it in a long time. I don't get news. I don't get anything. I have no idea what's going on over there. Anyway, but I did hear that Ben's moving on to TradFi instead of crypto, and I don't know what that's about, but I don't know. We'll see how that plays out. Might have something to do with, if I don't make Ben Coin a top 100 project in the next bull run, then I'm going to exit crypto. So it might be that might be the underlying start of a pivot into gold, commodities, stuff like that. So, we could be seeing the evolution of Ben Armstrong coming forward as he attempts to expand outside of a 4-year bull, 4-year bear cycle market. So, and then of course, basically in crypto, it's not the same as traditional finance. I mean, you've got distribution, you've got distribution, you've got bear, you've got distribution, you've got accumulation, you've got bull, you've got 4 different cycles of the market. So maybe it's just too much, maybe it's just time to go do something else. But the big news, the big news really of the day, despite the fact that there was other big news, is this: the SEC has sued Consensys over MetaMask staking and broker allegations. Now, what has happened is the SEC has alleged that MetaMask acted as an unregistered securities broker and that its staking service violated securities laws. The SEC sued Consensys Friday, alleging MetaMask swaps and staking products violated federal security laws. The agency also targeted Ethereum staking service Lido and Rocket Pool, referring to their popular STETH and RETH tokens as unregistered securities. Consensys previously sued the SEC to try and block the regulator from filing Friday's suit. The SEC's commission sued Ethereum software provider Consensys over its MetaMask service on Friday, alleging the wallet tool was an unregistered broker that engaged in the offer and sale of securities. The SEC suit also targeted Ethereum staking service Lido and Rocket Pool, the third party's platform MetaMax uses to power its staking feature. The enforcement action represents the SEC's latest attempt to categorize a broad swath of the crypto market as security. After the surprise ETH ETF approval last month, the suit also confirms lingering suspicion that the SEC might still attempt to place liquid staking derivatives of ETH like Lido's ST-ETH under its regulatory remit. The agency has already forced settlement tied to staking services with Kraken, while Coinbase ended its staking services in some states after making a deal with state securities regulators. MetaMax is the most used wallet for Ethereum and a host of other blockchains. Now, one more piece to this is, and I don't know how this is going to play out, but also on Friday night, the Supreme Court overthrew the Chevron decision, or whatever, the Chevron protocol, whatever it was that would allow the way the SEC governs. So this may not go very far. Friday's lawsuit comes just weeks after Consensys announced the regulator had ended investigations into the company tied to Ethereum, citing 2 letters the SEC sent it. So this is a weird sort of thing where they felt a little bit comfortable, and then it turns out they're not comfortable. The SEC sues them anyway. Now, the other thing is, this is a politically motivated sort of thing that's happening with the SEC when it comes to cryptocurrency. And, you know, they've been kind of everywhere in a lot of it when we broadly look at it. Now, they may, again, I've said from the beginning that Coinbase, none of these guys understand what the SEC is going for. The SEC has a problem with a staking contract. And, you know, if crypto continues to pretend like it's a total attack on crypto, I don't think that it is. I don't think that it ever was. I think it was just the specific protocols. So we'll see how this plays out, but I don't know that the SEC really has a case anymore. We'll have to see how this plays out over the next couple days, weeks, and months, because it is possible that they just took Ethereum even staking contracts out of their jurisdiction with the latest move. So I'll let you know when we know more. Also, Bitcoin, is Bitcoin going to repeat history? And by history, there's kind of a Bitcoin kind of has a thing in July. So the price of Bitcoin rejected many attempts at recovery this month, which it normally does. I'm going to show you the chart in just a moment. From a low of 60,630 in the past 24 hours, the coin has rallied to 61,605 and then went all the way up to almost 64,000 overnight as everything rallied. As we got the ETF money, we showed that it was in. Money was flowing in as the second quarter had expired. We're getting into the third quarter. We're getting to the reversal of the market, which, by the way, not that bad. So the price, the price history for Bitcoin in June will mark the second month this far that it's been negative. But it's not even just that. There's a lot more. If we look at the chart, then you can see as you're looking at it that, you know, in fact, we haven't had very good Junes. If you look at the last 5, then 4 of them have been negatives. So, and some of these big time negatives in 2022, 37% decline, 7% last month, 5.95 in 2021, 3.18 in 2020, before a 26% increase. So 5 of the last 7 have been red as well. So notoriously, it's been a red month. Now, if you flip the other way and you look at July, first of all, July has not had huge dumps, right? Even when it's had a bad month, like last year, it was down 4%, but the year before, up 16. The year before that, up 18. The year before that, up 24. The year before that, minus 6.59. But then before that, 21% and 18%. So historically, July has been a rallying month where June has been a shittier month, if you will. So, you know, obviously the question would be, what happens next with the with this month? Well, it should be worth noting that Bitcoin has been pretty good in July. So what would you be looking for? Well, analysts are saying that Bitcoin could be having a very strong month. So July's positive seasonality could be significant for cryptocurrency investors as both Bitcoin and Ether historically perform better during this month. Looking at seasonality, Bitcoin has a median return of 9.6% in July and tends to bounce back strongly after a negative June. And in this negative June, it fell 7%, with many signs pointing to a bullish July, says QCP Capital. The report added that Bitcoin options were positioning for an upside move last Friday into June's month-end expiry. So everybody was positioning themselves for another pump in the market. So that's what we should be seeing. Coinbase analyst David Duong and David Hahn also noted the same historical trend. Positive seasonality in July and improved liquidity could support the market. So according to Coinbase analysts, positive seasonality could be relevant in July as both Bitcoin and Ethereum could currently do very well. The current market setup looks supportive as a lot of excess length has been cleaned out following the Mt. Gox announcement. Now, the Mt. Gox announcement we have to talk about at this point because JPMorgan, not so bullish, says that Bitcoin is probably going to have a shakeout. Now, they don't know exactly where it's going to go, of course, but the impending payout by Mt. Gox amounts to 0.7% of the total Bitcoin currently in circulation, which is a significant stake. It's 141,000 Bitcoin. Now, let me tell you something about some of these articles. Some of these articles are not paying attention to the truth of this matter. They're only going on this magical in their brain. Well, this is the way that it is, because 141,000 Bitcoin is what's being returned to the investors who had it in Mt. Gox. Here's the issue, though. 73,000 of those Bitcoin have already been sold to institutionals through OTC means. They're just waiting to be released. So when we're talking about a dump on the market, it is impossible for it to be more than 68,000 at that point, because institution is already holding on to a significant portion of that. And then when you consider that remaining amount, that's some around 4 billion, well, that sounds like an incredible amount of money, and it sounds like the end of the world as we know it, except here's the problem. The problem is that Bitcoin on an off day, which was yesterday, had $23 billion in volume. And these guys are not going to sell all on the same day. So this is much ado about nothing. At best, this is an attempt to catch a dip and catch a rip for somebody, because it would make no sense to be that worried about it. So, and that's just, I mean, it should just be, I'm not telling you how to think. I'm not telling you what to think. I'm just saying that it seems pretty evident to me at this point that it's probably not going to be that big of an impact. It's not going to be much of an impact. But JPMorgan, on the other hand, their job, remember, this is Jamie Dimon. This is the guy that shakes you out all of the time. When you hear Jamie Dimon go bearish, then you know he's trying to accumulate so that he can pump his bag. So just for some clarity there. So JPMorgan bearish, the rest of the market bullish. You know what that means. JPMorgan is trying to dump on you. So I would be watching out. But also in this, Bitcoin ATMs are now everywhere. And I threw up a couple of them. Both of them have Ben Armstrong on them. So if you haven't already, you should definitely go check out the Bitcoin ATMs. BTMachines.com if you want to know where the closest one to you is. So, by the way, make sure you hit the like button on the way in. We got about 148 people total watching. If you're watching on X, please hit the retweet, repost, whatever it is. Quote it if you want to. Do whatever. Get more people in here. Get more people paying attention. Bring more people to God damn it, what was that old song? Bring your daughter to the slaughter. There we go. I don't remember who said that or who sang that, but that was one of those old 80s thrash metal songs, or maybe it was Accept or some kind of German metal, but something like that. Bring your daughter to the slaughter. Anybody can let me know. Put it in chat. So anyway, From a meager 10,000 machines in October of 2020, the number of cash to crypto machines has now become 38,000. This surge is just a fan. Experts predict continued growth fueled by a perfect storm of convenience, profitability, and strategic expansion. So we now have 38,000. By the way, we should all be putting that like, hey, you want to build a Bitcoin machine? The growth of Bitcoin ATMs isn't solely driven by user demand. Operators are finding these machines to be lucrative business proposition. The transaction fees charged on top of the spot Bitcoin price provide a healthy profit margin. With the crypto market experiencing a bullish 2024, the potential for even greater returns is enticing for entrepreneurs venturing into this space. As there it is, Volted Dracoon knows what it is. It's Iron Maiden. Bring your daughter to the slaughter. As of the most recent count, there were 38,279 Bitcoin ATMs deployed worldwide. So I would be looking for mass adoption. Mass adoption is on the way. This is an example of what it looks like. You buy Bitcoin wherever you can buy Bitcoin and convert your cash into crypto. And then, by the way, tomorrow we'll be talking about some new laws. It is possible that there are some big changes in crypto laws. We're gonna need regulation, right? But no tax on crypto trades of under 10,000 or something like that, and no tax on 600 or less. So every transaction is not a taxable event, et cetera, et cetera. Like they're providing some clarity in the market, which is kind of wild. But when I get more information on that, I will let you guys know. In the meantime, go to a Bitcoin ATM and buy one. There's one on I-65, by the way. I just stopped into a store and boom, there it was. Also, Sony is launching a cryptocurrency exchange in Japan. Well, they're not exactly launching a crypto exchange so much as they bought a crypto exchange. They acquired Amber Japan, which is a crypto firm. But Amber Japan had also bought Whalefin. Whalefin was a crypto exchange that went bankrupt or went out of business a long time ago, changed its name to the Sony Blocks Company. And then this entity intends to work with other companies in the Sony group to provide value for its cryptocurrency trading service. In addition, the update also features a new, more user-friendly mobile app and a refresh of the user interface. Details about the official launch are yet to be announced, but the market is thrilled and is eagerly waiting its venture. Sony already has a market presence in gaming, music, and cameras. So the cryptocurrency trading company was originally the Japanese cryptocurrency exchange Decurrette, which was first purchased by the Amber Group. In the press announcements from 2022, Keta Web, a subsidiary of Sony, bought the platform in August of 2023. Previously, it was named Whalefin. In order to concentrate on its core activities, Amber announced last year that it would reduce its mass consumer initiatives and non-essential business lines. Japan is a very high-quality market, but regulations are strict. The regulatory scene in Hong Kong has been very bullish for us, preparing for our license application. So Sony is now getting into the market. Now, what blockchain is Sony going to be using? Look, it's my opinion still that Jasmy is on the clock here, that Jasmy is going to have to become that, this is where the Sony executives were. If you remember, all of this to me still points me towards Jasmy as going to have a major presence, a major presence within Sony. And to see that Sony, where the executives for Jasmy came from, now has its own division devoted to a cryptocurrency exchange, it seems like a natural progression here that pretty soon you're probably going to see some news about Jasmy having a partnership form with Sony. I don't know that to be the case. I don't know. I don't have any proof. I just have my opinion. My opinion could be wrong, but it's never wrong. So it's not wrong. So shut up. Anyway, it's very possible that Jasmy becomes the blockchain for Sony. Again, this doesn't mean that it will, but certainly seems to me like there's a moment in time coming real soon where that's going to happen. Now, in the meantime, XRP, whales have transferred 230 million XRP ahead of Judge Annalisa Torres' decision on the settlement here. XRP whales have again taken action and shuffled 230 million coins around as the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit looks for a conclusion. The on-chain data shows dumps and transfers between wallets recorded in hand over the past day, birthing riveting speculation around the XRP price movement. Now, the renowned whale RZN was recorded as making the dump, whereas another whale ending in TA7A shifted 200 million coins from one wallet to another wallet. These transactions stirred up somewhat mixed sentiments in the market. One whale's transaction sparked bearish concerns. Another whale's underscored the heightened security on chain. Now, overall, when you look at the broader market structure here, then you can see that XRP down just a little bit on the day, but still up over the last 24 hours. Now, taking that step out to 7 days, you can see it's still up over the 7-day window. How's it on the month? 1 month? Nah, it's down on the 1 month. So the reversal seems to be in, or we can reasonably say that it looks like there is a reversal in on that price action, maybe. So zooming out, this is what the chart is kind of shaping up to be at this point. Remember, we did this a while back, and guess what? Son of a bitch, if it didn't all play out the same way as it continues over here. Again, upside movement, I think that test right there, and all we're going to do is take this down here and move it here and say that, you know, it's got to have that test on that range to validate it. And if it does, then we're going to have a nice little breaking. We're going to have a nice little breakout. If it doesn't, then, you know, you could have some price action fall a little bit more. RSI, by the way, super overheated right now, sitting in the 50 to 60 range, probably in dump territory. So you might see a little bit of a move back down here into the lower 47 before you get any type of breakout. I mean, of course, you could also just take off because it's overbought and the market just starts ripping along with it. But I would be on the watch here for XRP having some kind of move. Now, if Judge Torres does not go for this full $2 billion wild settlement amount, none of that happens, then, you know, this is going to be a good thing. This is going to be one of those, this will be a good move overall. And maybe we'll see a price spike, especially with a low settlement. But if not, you know, and we don't know what's happening, so we'll keep you posted. Now, onto the DevvE ecosystem. So there was just an announcement made, and look, I got wild secret details here about DevvE is going to take over the world. I don't know if that's accurate, but it says right here, bro, you don't even know. It's going to blow up, finna be huge. That's, oh, I'm sorry. That's me typing to myself. Oh, I have no idea what's going on. Anyway, if you guys remember when we talked about this, when we started covering DevvE, I told you that was going to be like 6 weeks before there was an announcement. Well, that's a week from now. So it is my opinion that sometime in the next week to 10 days, and by the way, every time this team has said they were going to make an announcement over a specific period of time, they've come through since 2018. This is not a team that plays around and, you know, throws a bandage on something and says, big things are coming, and hopes that you just continue buying blindly. So that's not who this team is. So it's sometime in the next 7 or 8 days. And I made a video about it last night, and I explained it in detail here, that it is my opinion. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. I can't tell you what to buy. Here's what I can tell you, that Roger Tremino, which is one of the whales that's in the project, thinks, and he seems to be pretty convinced, that it's going to be $1 by the end of July. Now it's trading at 27 cents right now. So it looks like it's about an easy 4X for anybody with the stomach to ape in. Now, is he right about that? I don't know. You know, if it's 50 cents, it's a 2X. If it's, you guys know how to do math. I don't have to tell you how to do math. Also, I think it was trading at about 230 at its maximum. So there's certainly an easy way for there to be, you know, money in the market that would move this thing drastically or dramatically. So, you know, it's just a matter of time at this point, in my opinion, before we start to get a nice big move and some upside. Now, I think I've told you guys over and over again, the way I look at this chart is every time it pumps, there's a whale waiting to sell because there was a pre-sale. So you're going to have to get momentum that's going to be more than that. And it's rejected off of the 200 MA over and over and over again. So, but it's got a low RSI, which means that a reversal should be imminent, and a nice pump would be coming from that. So it would make sense to me that there is a pump coming on DevvE. So I would suggest that you check it out, do your own research, figure out for yourself if that's the kind of investment that you're into. It's a private blockchain. It's a permissioned blockchain, which means that it's built for corporations and businesses and governments. So if they've got governments, businesses, and corporations on the line here, then you could see a fantastic, crazy sort of move. In my, so I do think that this is something that's going to just erupt at some point. I'm not sure when it is, but if it looks like there's a big announcement for this month, that might be just the move here to get that pump up to that $1 range. Now, I said that 92 cents, by the way, is the range, so 3.5. So we'll see what happens there. Janet Lachey asked a question: When do you think the scam Lily will re-enable? You know what? As a matter of fact, I reached out to one of the people and I was like, at this point, my opinion is basically that, Brad took the money and ran off with it to make another company. But I think it's called Medichainx or something like that. By the way, for those of you that don't know, Lillian Finance disappeared, took the liquidity, but they said that they were not, they said that they were not running off with it, that they were, Jesus Christ, what was it? Let me see here. They were doing Medichain or something like that, is like Medichainx or something like that. And now I don't see the people, a couple of the people that were part of it don't appear to be part of it anymore. They seem to be pumping daddy token. Yeah. All right. So anyway, oh, here we go. Check out Medichainx. There it is. All right. So here it is. This is Medichainx. This is now, just so you guys know, this is all of their empowering next gen, blah 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 blah. Instagram, LinkedIn, Telegram. Here's their website, Medichainx.io. This is about empowering physicians, patients, blah 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 blah. This is all of the stuff that goes on here. Here's the white paper. Here's contact us. Here's the resource hub. Here's all the stuff. Now there is a white paper. Originally, when this first launched, this website, there's legal documents, legal opinion, et cetera, right? Which you need to have. But if you come over here and you start looking at, well, who do I contact? Doesn't tell you who to contact. Doesn't give you any, there's no team right here. So a little weird that a medical blockchain launches with no team attached to it. Like, if you were proud of something, you would want people to know, in my opinion, that you were involved in it. Here's the white paper. And as you go down this white paper, I don't know if you see, but at one point until just recently, Brad was all over. Here we go. This is the executive summary right here. And here's the disclaimer. And there is nobody listed. So, just so you can see here, in the realm of healthcare innovation, Medichainx pioneers the global healthcare system, aligning with the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. This blockchain ecosystem facilitates seamless communication. It doesn't give you any names of anybody who's behind it. And basically because Brad's name is burnt in this industry. So, it looks to me, and by the way, 89 followers. Who is it following? You can see here who it's following. It's following KDD. It's following somebody named Ray, It's following Paulie the Ox. Now, I've got Paulie the Ox blocked. I don't want to listen to his bullshit. Mr. Beast, X, and Elon Musk, and then Wintermute. So those are the only things that it's following. So not really sure what's going on. You see here, it's been since May that they've even made a post or anything like that. Now, the person that I reached out to told me that they had reached out to Brad and that Brad reached back to them, and they're going to get an update very, very soon. But fuck knows. Who the fuck knows? I have money in there. I put $5,000 in, by the way, because Barney, and by the way, it is my opinion. I don't have any facts to back this up yet, but my friend Barney, who was the CFO there, funding, by the way, and financing most of this because he has a few bucks and was able to do that. It turns out that he feels like he was scammed by somebody in the team with that Coinbase listing. If you guys remember how that played out, just it's my opinion that it probably was. So, and by the way, William, if you remember from William from what was that project? We had a project a couple months back where, the one that created the smart contract for me for Elon Muskrat, that token, that was the 100x gems, 100x gems. He was the guy that cashed out at the top on the Coinbase pump, the FOMO pump. He was the one that cashed out with the biggest wallet at that time. And now I don't think that I think that he got out, but I don't know if he was behind it, but also it should be noted that 100x gems rug pulled, and it was also Williams. So he took money twice from two projects and dipped. So I don't know. Again, I don't know if that makes him the villain in this, but it does look like somebody inside manipulated. And by the way, Luis and there was another guy that was involved. They have a new project as well, and it's also a medical blockchain. So all of a sudden, there's all these medical blockchains out there. I don't know, man. It's absolutely wild and weird to me. Do you have any meme coin projects that you are working on? Let's say for the moment, maybe Saitama On Sol. Maybe. I don't know yet. Maybe it will. But if you and definitely DevvE, it's not a meme coin. It's an actual blockchain. So this is the one I'm going to be probably the most passionate about. But let's move on to some other stuff here. I got to get going here. Luna Classic. So Luna Classic had took a nice big shit. Like much of the market, it's kind of meandering down this. Let me just pull this up on the hour or the 4 hour. And you can kind of see here that, I gave you kind of this range here, and it's bouncing off of that range. We have to be a big move coming pretty soon to get back up into this sort of range. And I've got everything sitting in Luna Classic right now, waiting for that kind of move, which I think is going to happen first. I think we'll get a big just wham move out of this one, and then that'll lead to USTC. But USTC is going to have a shitload of tokens that are going to be burned pretty soon. So, I'm just going to kind of watch it and sort of pay attention to what's happening. And this ecosystem continues to build. Now, I told you guys the one thing that you needed for Luna Classic is an anchor protocol. And on Friday, it was announced that there is a new anchor protocol. It's called Rackoff token. So the Rackoff token is bringing out something called like Project X. Let me at Rackoff. Oops, Rackoff. Yes, on Friday, Rackoff announced that they were creating like Project X, something like that, and Platform X. And now I got to scroll to find it. But that means that they have or they have the pieces in place. Protocol X. I'm sorry, it's called Protocol X on Rackoff. And this seems like a game changer. All right. So word is spreading. Rackoff token is living up to the hype. Protocol X is as big as advertised. Why are you waiting? Do you understand what we're going? Rackoff and a lot of people that are in this community are kind of hyped up for it because it does something that we've needed, and that is it's a lender, and it allows you to borrow and stake through this. And here we go. pool man rack up. The portion of the fees generated by Protocol X will go to replenish the Oracle pool and community pool for the sake of restoring our lovely lady LUNC back to its former glory. I mean, there's a lot going on under the hood here. You should get, if you're a LUNC holder, you should get super excited about what you're seeing right now. Rack off facts, 0 blocks, collab with projects. It's look, and everybody knows all of this stuff. Terra Tritium, by the way, Terra Tritium. God, I can't. You know, the game is just like that. We're going to talk about Terra Tritium because I love this goddamn game. Anyway, so anyway, rack off token probably going to have a big pump in the next couple of weeks. So if you haven't already, you should definitely check that out. As far as Saitama goes, Saitama was having a nice little pump, just can't seem to maintain itself. Every time it gets, I mean, guys, I put a video out last night. It was an X exclusive. So if you watched it, then you know exactly what's coming here. Before I put this out, it was, I said that most likely we're going to pump up to this range right here, this orange line. After this orange line, probably reject back down. That's exactly what's happening right now. So from what I'm given to understand by the community, that the team for the community that's taken it over, that, you know, there's something that they're, you know, ready to make an announcement of, for, you know, there's big things happening. So, you know, maybe we see something big start to happen over the next little while. I don't know yet. So, you know, just kind of watching right now. I think that, you know, part of this is the, you know, Solana ecosystem too, because if you go back to when it pumped to, you know, what day was this? This was, June 4th is when it got to its all-time high. On June 4th, Solana was $175. So, you know, Solana's lost a significant portion of its value during that period of time. So had it continued on, I think, you know, Saitama would have probably continued on too. But something's going to happen with Saitama very, very shortly, because just to kind of zoom in and not put too fine a point on it, this has rejected off of these ranges right here. There has to be a break, and that break has to come up. We have to come over here at 53, 54. Then we have to break above 58, and then we have to break out to the 67. If we don't get a test like this, people are going to get tired, and when they get tired, they're just going to sell. They're just going to sell. So, you know, if you're, this is SAITAMA On SOL. All right, it's posted in there, so you can certainly go check it out for yourself. But here's the thing: they got a bunch of money in the marketing wallet. The team, all of these people are super excited. So it would appear to me that there's gonna be a nice big move. It's just this market has not really, you know what I mean? Like the impetus hasn't really hit for the market to just have a breakout. So any moment now, I think we're going to see something happen. Now, the rest of this is going to be brought to you by TradeMaster Ninja. We're going to turn on high IQ indicator, let you guys know, you know, are there entry positions? Are there any entry positions into the bigger tokens that we can talk about? And in fact, there was a big one that played out on Solana over the weekend. Sunday, June 30th at 8 a.m., you got an entry signal at 141 that ripped and gave you an exit at 145.95. So just a gigantic play right there. As far as Bitcoin goes, Bitcoin had, and this is why you have to have high IQ, by the way. This is why it's so important to have a tool like the high IQ indicator, because it's just crazy what happens when you pop these out. Oops. Let's throw that down on the 30-minute. There we go. No buy signal for Bitcoin yet. So I would be watching right now for a 30-minute entry on Bitcoin, and I would be going long as soon as it tells you to go long. Does that mean it's going to work? Doesn't mean it's going to work, but they're looking for that bullish trend to play out. And if it plays out to the best possible effect, then that's going to be awesome. Gave you a short over here with a hard stop exit, and then a big reversal took place. and then Ethereum started pumping, but it wasn't confident, so it didn't give you a call on it. But now it's looking for that perfect entry position for you. So I would be watching for, if you move down to the 200 MA here, if you get get another retest on the 200, even the testing the 50 right now. So you should be minting a green candle probably, or a buy order in any half hour now. And if it does, go long, you know what I mean? And ride that thing out. Again, you just got one on Solana and it played out to perfection. Luna Classic, let's see what it looks like. Probably a short, if anything. Yeah, you still got a short. No, it's waiting. It's not getting the bullish reversal. You got this move right here, which just shows. So you got this candle right here, or this box here with an arrow pointing up. That shows a bullish trend going that way, but then you got a bearish trend coming back down. So it continues to be a little bit bearish because we haven't stayed above this line. Probably bounce off the 500, the 200. We got above the 200 over here and then rejected through there. So it's probably looking for a reason. I mean, it's probably looking for a reason to run. Let's see what Myro's doing right now. Myro is in a short right now. So if you were looking for an entry position, you were given one just a short while ago. I said short while. Haha. Now, you might have missed the play, but you got an entry right here at 0.1384 on a short. Now it's trading at 0.14091. So I don't know if you want to take a risk on that. I don't want to take a shot on that, but it is telling you to short Myro. Pepe, let's see what it's doing on Pepe. Gave you a short position on Pepe at 11,563. Already gave you a take profit moment. On Render, look at this. Over the last couple of hours, after just a significant spike up here to $8 on Render, everything just starts falling. U.S. market, man. U.S. market is so skeezy. Jesus Christ. All right, so you don't have an entry position here on Render yet. I suspect you'll probably see one very soon coming into this range right here, maybe in the next half hour or so. So I would be looking at Render to maybe even have a breakout. I mean, it's, it depends on how the broader market does. But anyway, that's what we got time for, guys. I got to go to pick my kid up. Summer school. Am I right? So anyway, tomorrow, well, he's only got a couple more days. So then we can kind of have some run over and I don't have to run off. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't already, certainly go check out KCEX. I do have a private chat here. I'm going to put my private chat. This is going to be my call channel going forward. So if you haven't already, you probably should sign up for it. It's going to require you to have an account with what is that stupid thing called? Bitflex. If you're with Bitflex, I didn't mean any of that. I just said that because, trying to be cute. But here we go. Bitflex. Give me just a second here. All right, so call channel is copy. All right, so if you guys want to join, you can join in right now, right there. Now, you're going to be able to join the channel, but to get access to all the cool shit, you're going to have to sign up for Bitflex right down here. Sign up for Bitflex and then go into the private channel and put your user ID in. And when you put your user ID in, it will get you in there. But it is a call channel. And TradeMaster Ninja, we're gonna hopefully this week I'm gonna be meeting with the creators here. We might have a call channel brought to you by High IQ. So if you don't own High IQ, I might be giving you some lead-ins and indications through High IQ for entry positions. And all you have to do is keep your notices on your phone, and it will tell you when to short, when to long Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then if you want to do other cryptos and stuff like that, then we can start to branch out as we go. But make sure you sign up. It certainly helps me out if you sign up, even if you haven't gotten a Bitflex account yet. And by the way, it does help me tremendously that you sign up for a Bitflex account. Fund it and start trading. You can win up to $2,000. By the way, they are matching deposits right now, which is on my X account. But sign up for that thing anyway. Get into my my call channel. And then I'm going to continue to build that. And we're going to be bringing you all kinds of different calls. We're going to tell you when you should be going long and short on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a bunch of alts. And we even got a meme coin room where we're going to be doing a lot of calls on meme coins too. So that's the place to go. Make sure that you sign up for that today, if you would, please. So that's it. Thank you so much for your time. Time to pay some bills, and we'll see you tomorrow. Folks, if crypto goes up, you need more crypto. If crypto goes sideways, you need more crypto. If crypto goes down, you need even more crypto. What better place to do it than Cryptonomy.finance? Remember, Cryptonomy is a hedge against whatever might befall this economy and this market. So let's check it out. Since the last time we talked, 2.3x return, 2.95x return, 2.37x return, 1.4x return, 1.59x return. Now, in the meantime, I'm going to take my XRP. I've got 12,800 XRP. I'm going to max that out. I'm going to stake this for 9 months here, 71.8% yield return. That's going to give me an estimated amount, 9,208 more XRP. Don't you want more XRP? Now that I've done that, I'm going to go back over here to the launch pool. I'm going to throw in about half a Bitcoin. Again, I'm going to be in the bronze level. Put 0.43 in. That's a good risk for me and a good return for me. Folks, it doesn't get any simpler than this. If you are looking for more crypto, stake it. That's what everybody tells you, right? So do that and you should be fine. But I'm not a financial advisor. If you want financial advice, go to the research section of Crypto.